18 colonies until revolution!
Revolution!
Revolution. People overthrow one government.
You mean kick it out?
Totally.
Then what?
They replaced the old government with a new one.
That's what the American colonists did back in the 1700s.
The American Revolution! R!
Rebellion!
E!
England!
V!
Violence!
L! I mean O!
Orders!
L!
Liberty!
U!
United States!
T!
Taxation without representation!
I!
Independence!
O!
Overthrow the British!
N!
New nation!
Revolution!
Why didn't the colonists like the old government?
Well, for one thing, he lived in England over 3,000 miles away and was making laws and ruling the land.
Fair laws?
No, and the colonists protested.
Why should we have to pay any taxes?
We pay enough taxes already.
The Stamp Act is unfair.
Leave us alone!
Stand up to old King George.
Boycott the British tea.
The king and the British don't even know what life is like here.
Mr. King, how can someone on another continent rule us without giving us a say at all?
Why should we have to pay any taxes taxes without representation in your government?
No taxation without representation.
What do the colonists want?
Self-government.
We want the right to make our own decisions.
We are responsible enough to make the right choices.
We will make our own fair, respectful, and reasonable laws.
We want
Democracy, government by the people.
democracy, a government in which we elect our own leaders.
Democracy, freedom and justice to make our own laws.
Democracy! It's what the people want!
The people who wanted to be independent, the colonists who wanted to be independent, began to call themselves patriots.
Patriots, people who love and fight for their country.
Patriots in the 1700s in America worked to create a nation where there is
Freedom.
Peace, honor, liberty.
just like what we say every day.
One nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Did anyone stand against them?
Yes, some colonists remained loyal to England.
Colonists who remained loyal to England were called loyalists.
On March 5th, 1770, some angry Boston colonists began to shout insults at the British soldiers.
They threw rocks and snowballs at the soldiers.
British fired back with their guns. 5 colonists were killed, including
Crispus Attucks.
the first Americans to be killed fighting for American independence.
This event was known as the Boston Massacre.
Oh, yeah.
It sounds like Boston was a real hot spot in American Revolution.
The scene of a very famous party.
The
Boston Tea Party.
The year was 1773. Boston colonists were very angry.
Some colonists, some British tea into sea. Best tea party ever in Boston.
Listen,
Listen to what?
the midnight ride of Paul Revere.
Who's Paul Revere?
Paul Revere is a patriot who had a job as a secret agent and messenger.
He had to find out the English battle plans.
He rode his horse through the countryside shouting,
The British are coming! The British are coming! It marks the first battles of the American Revolution.
"Has anyone ever heard of Patrick Henry?"
He was a colonist who lived in Virginia. He is famous for what he said.
Give me liberty or give me death.
The Second Continental Congress chose someone we've all heard of to lead the new Continental Army.
George Washington. He took disorganized soldiers and made them into the proud Continentals.
George Washington.
Our first commander-in-chief.
Congress formed a committee to write a declaration.
A declaration is an important statement. The committee member who did most of the writing was
Thomas Jefferson.
It took him 17 days to write.
The declaration was written into 3 parts.
Part 1. Why independence was needed.
Part 2, colonists' main ideas about the government.
We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, which among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
Part 3, Jefferson listed colonists' complaints.
The king doesn't listen to us.
The king taxes us unfairly.
We do not appreciate those British soldiers invading us and living in our territory either.
In the last part of the declaration, Jefferson said the 13 colonies were no longer part of Britain.
The Declaration of Independence was signed on
July 4th,
1776.
That's why we celebrate the 4th of July.
Independence Day. Valley Forge, Pennsylvania. The cold winter of 1777.
Our feet are freezing.
We're tired and cold.
We're scared of dying.
Von Steuben is pushing us harder each day.
Valley Forge, a snowy and cruel winter camp. But we stay
And
learn and suffer
For General George Washington.
and for our country.
the Battle of Yorktown.
Cornwallis surrenders.
The British laid down their weapons.
How did this happen?
The British troops were surrounded by Continental troops with the help of French Navy.
And under attack from land and sea for 2 weeks.
Anyway, the British gave up. That's the important part.
Now they needed a treaty.
Right. A signed agreement between the fighting countries.
Benjamin Franklin gave the British representative the American terms.
1. Accept American independence.
2. Remove British soldiers from American land.
3. Pay Americans for damage they did to cities and towns.
A new country was born. Revolution, war, courage,
Determination,
hard work, persistence, vision,
collaboration,
the United States of America, the USA.